Welcome back. This is Barry with Cryptics ABC for all. And this is tutorial 2A. And we were going to do charades and abbreviations. What are charades? Well, these combine words side by side to form a new word. For example, star plus board. If you run those two together, just slide them together and you get starboard. And it's an entirely new word with an entirely new meaning. Right, now charades may be with or without flags, so sometimes you have to guess that there are charades afoot. Right, flags with, like something goes with something, star goes with board. Before, star goes before board. After, board goes after star. Follow, board follows star. Join, star joins board. All mean the same thing. They're all flags for charades. Right. Note, if a clue has no flag, you should always consider the possibility of a charade. Mind you, it may not be a charade. It could also be a double key, a literal clue, or lateral clue, and you'll see them later. But for this period, consider that it could be a charade. Right, steps in solving cryptics. Don't forget these. Use these when first reading the clue. That is, when you first read a clue, just ignore the overall meaning. Don't try to get a meaning out of the clue. Not at the start. You can enjoy that later if you like. Enjoy the skill of the compiler. When you first read a clue, do not look for a meaning overall. Whatever you do, it's going to throw you off the track. Okay. Note spaces and givens in the matrix. Then look at the clue. Note possible flags and the fodder length. As we said, the length of those fodders is a very good indication of what the fodder really is. And any abbreviations, we haven't actually seen them yet. Guess the key and a synonym to fit, and confirm it with using the flags and fodders. That's how they all work. Look, they're all the same. They're all the same. These are the steps you use no matter what cryptic you're doing. That's it. Of course, in some cases, you may go and guess the key immediately. Say, that's the key, and away you go. If you can, great. You might even get a synonym straight away. You don't have to worry about anything else. Although I like to prove them anyway. Still, that's it. The key is the goal, and that's the target. But you have to sometimes, very often, have to work through to get the key. Right, here we go. Government levy I placed on form of transport. Government levy I placed on form of transport. Now, you're not looking for an overall meaning, I hope. Don't look for it. Look at your flag. Look at your matrix. Four. 4 letters to find with an A. Go straight up. Ignore the meaning. Try to find a flag. Government levy I placed. Now, I placed on could be a charade flag, indicating you put two things together. I placed on. I reckon that's a charade flag. Okay, righto. So, now, key. Could be government levy. Government levy I. I think we got a charade there because I is so different from government levy. I think there could be a charade of those two. I'm going to go down this end for the possible key. A form of transport. What's a form of transport? Now, it's got to be 4 letters with an A. So it's not going to be a ship or a bus or a train or a plane. Got to have an I. I think it's going to have an I. 4 letters. Now, the actual letters aren't there. There's no A in government levy or I. Well, We have to look at the key itself. Come on, give me a form of transport. There's not going to be much help here unless we can see something that I can't see. Form of transport. What's a form of transport? Besides the ones, yes, besides the ones I mentioned, other forms of transport, the one you pay for privately is a taxi. Fits in nicely. Right, does it work? Let's look at this fodder up here. There's going to be a charade of two fodders, and that's the I think, and the government levy. That'll make your two fodders to charade together. What did I do that for? Let's underline, let's charade them. Two fodders. Two fodders. All right, can you get an answer for that? Two fodders there. Government levy and I. Well, the I is okay. There it is there. Piece of cake, that's I. That's one of the fodders. And, of course, government levy is a... Yes, it's a tax. Of course it is. So there's your charade. We've done it. We've proved it. It is correct. Taxi is correct because it's a charade of two fodders that we have there. Next, a technique, but not here. A technique, but not here. Well, we have four letters, no flag, no keys, no givens. Wow, flags? I can't see a flag. So it could still be a charade with no flag. It's vague, this one, isn't it? You don't get can't see a flag, you can't see fodder, you got no givens. You say, oh, too hard for me, get the next one. No, we can do it. A technique, but not here. Well, just go for your keys. What's a technique? A technique, a method, etc. Four letters. What's down here? Not here. Not here. If you're not here, what? Yes, if you're not here, if you are not here, you are? Yes, you are away somewhere. Now, is it right? It fits, but is it right? A technique. Now, it could be a charade of two fodders. Yes, well, there's the A. That's one fodder, the A. The other technique is simply, yes, is away. That's a technique is away. So it's a way, a technique. Right? Done. Not here. So not here is, of course, your key. We underline that. Okie dokie. All done. Right. Next one. Kept an eye on more than cutting tool. Kept an eye on more than cutting tool. 7 letters in the matrix with an R. More than. I kept an eye on. I can't see a flag there at all. All right. What's a possible key? Kept an eye on. Possibly, if you kept an eye, say an overseer kept an eye on workers, what did he do? He oversaw them, didn't he? I reckon that's going to be a key. Kept an eye on. All right, okay. Next one. No, next part. How do we prove it? More than, or cutting tool. Yeah, cutting tool is a saw. No worries there. That's a cutting tool. What's the over? More than. There's your two parts of charade. It's a charade structure. Often if you can pick the structure, it helps to convince you that you've got the answer. There it is. Over. That's over. And that part's saw. So there's your over saw. That's a charade. And the last one, fellow became old but coped. 7 letters with a G. Fellow became old but coped. G, there's no G up here anywhere. All right. Flags. Can't see a flag. What about, so fellow became old but coped. Key. Fellow, what's a fellow? Fellow's a man, became old. Uh, I guess it could be charade at that end. Coped could well be the key. I'm going with cope for the key. So, if you cope with something, he coped with the situation. He coped with people. He coped with, yeah. Got a synonym for that? You may have. But don't forget, charade is possible. Look at these two photos here. Fellow and became old. I think these are two fighters in a charade. This is why you've just got to understand about charades. There are two separate things added together. Now, does that help us? Fellow is a what? Chap, bloke, man. Became old is easy. Became old. If somebody became old, they aged, and there's an age there. Aged. Right. And what's fellow? Oh, fellow is man, hasn't we said that? Man. Man age is coped, is managed, proved it. End of story. Easy peasy. Well, not easy peasy, but that's the idea. Keep an eye out. If there's no flag, could be a charade, you may have to look at two photos. End of story. And next we'll do abbreviations, and that's shortly.